Welcome to Total Retail Talks, your podcast channel for retail knowledge.
Hello, and welcome to this episode of Total Retail Talks. I'm Joe Keenan, the editor-in-chief of Total Retail. And I'm joined on today's episode by Jenna Arca, who is the Director of Workforce Development at the Home Depot. Jenna and I are going to be discussing the Home Depot's recent launch of its Path to Pro network, a unique job platform focused on the skilled trades. So thanks for joining me today, Jenna.
Thank you, Joe, for having me.
So as I noted, I want to talk about the launch of the Path to Pro network. So why don't you get started? I'm sure you and your team have worked a long time on this. Tell us about the Path to Pro network that Home Depot has recently launched.
You're absolutely right, Joe. We have worked on this for over 2 years here at the Home Depot. The Path to Pro network is a new job seeker marketplace that we've created to connect tradespeople to hiring trades professionals in the construction and home improvement industries.
Tell us a little bit about this origin of this network initiative and kind of why behind the project.
For a number of years, Joe, our pro customers have been telling us that their biggest governor to growing their businesses is finding skilled labor. What we found is that there is not a leading job seeker platform for the skilled trades industries. Half of our trades professionals have been telling us that understanding a applicant's qualifications or experiences in this industry is one of their biggest obstacles to hiring. So Home Depot decided to take a stab at creating a marketplace called the Path to Pro Network and how we can actually connect those job seekers with pro customers for jobs.
So when you mention that you're hearing from your pro customers, is that happening in store, online, social media? Where are these different kind of feedback loops that you're hearing from your pro customers that, an inhibitor to the growth of their businesses is the lack of this skilled labor? Tell us where and how you're communicating with those pro customers.
How we gain feedback from our pro customers here at the Home Depot is through our store associates, through our sales reps that we have that service some of these big customers, and then also through our call centers, and then other survey means that we do to kind of have one-on-one research to understand their pain points.
And the skilled trades people that we're talking about, your pro customers are looking for, just to kind of give a sense for the audience, plumbers, electricians, carpenters, those are the types of jobs that they're looking to fill?
That is correct. It's everything from a plumber, electrician, HVAC, or carpentry, all the way down to somebody who's entry level. So what we found is that 94% of our pro customers tell us, that's actually the figure that they tell us, that this is their biggest problem today of hiring. But of that number, it's half of it is entry level labor. And so they just want people who will have a willingness to learn and show up to the job site, and they can teach them the rest.
Yeah, that's a great point. Thinking about the network itself, the Path to Pro network, let's first talk about how the skilled tradespeople that are looking for work can join the network.
Yeah, so skilled tradespeople can visit pathtopro.com to start creating their profile in the Path to Pro network. Our Home Depot Pro customers can get access to the network to see these great candidates through a loyalty program that we have for them called Pro Extra.
So then, Jenna, what is the Home Depot doing to create awareness among its customers, both those in the skilled trades community as well as contractors, for the Path to Pro network, kind of getting the word out about this great new service?
The Path to Pro network is actually part of a larger Path to Pro program that we launched here at the Home Depot. In 2021, we not only launched our website, pathtopro.com, that I referenced before, but it is a place for people to find information about careers in the skilled trades. Previously, there wasn't a lot of information out there. It was very specific to different markets or careers or different trade types. And so we've kind of collaborated all that information in one place for job seekers to understand what is the average salary, what is the open jobs that are in certain trades, and find that information. And then we also launched a free training program as well called the Path to Pro Skills Program for those that are interested in pursuing and growing a career in the skilled trades. How we're getting this word out is through means of conversations with people like you and through the press, but then also through our marketing channels that we leverage today to our pro customers and the other avenues that you see out there from the Home Depot.
Yeah, it actually kind of leads into a good follow-up, Jenna, in terms of collaboration between your workforce development team, but also other groups within the organization. So marketing that you talked about, I imagine, the store operations team as store associates, they're talking to customers that every day, mentioning this program. Talk about kind of how you work together to bring about the best that can come out of the Path to Pro network.
One of the biggest benefits, I think, in working at the Home Depot is that we have such a connectivity to our stores and our store associates. And so, for anything to be successful, we have to leverage them. And because if they are communicating to our customers every single day, like you said. And so, one of the key pieces of rolling this out nationally was making sure that we trained those frontline associates on what this tool is, what is the benefit to the customers and our pro customers every day that they're seeing. But then also making sure that they didn't have any questions as well and that they might see it in their local stores.
So going back to the network itself, and you talked a little bit about kind of the process that how skilled tradespeople can access it, as well as the kind of the professional customer, the contractor. What in terms of in order for this to be most effective, I imagine it needs to be easy for the person that is wants to put themselves out there, is open to work, and then conversely, the person that is the contractor looking to hire. Tell us a little bit about kind of the level of detail that's needed to be part of the network, and then also how easy it is for contractors to find workers. What are kind of the level of detail of information that's included?
We built the Path to Pro network based on the feedback that our pro customers told us they wanted. And so what that means is for the candidate is when they create their profile, they're not having to give us information that these trades professionals don't necessarily need. And so somebody who's looking to build a profile in the network, it should take less than 5 to 10 minutes. You can go as detailed as you want. If you have an existing resume, you can upload it there. But it's pretty general of like who you are, your experiences and skill sets. If you want to upload pictures of maybe some relevant work that you've done. But that's really what our pros wanted to see, was some of those basics and not too detailed for them, because for our pro customers, time is money and it's got to be quick for them too. From the pro side, they can easily start searching by location. They can search by available candidates, specific trade types that they're looking for, the different type of employment that somebody is seeking. So thinking like full-time, part-time, things like that. And we make it really easy as well for them to create job postings for these candidates to apply to. And so a pro can literally fill out a job posting in 5 easy steps, and put it out there for these candidates to apply to with one button, and their profile gets sent to those pros to look at.
Yeah, and you actually touched on something that I think is important to know, is that this can be full time, this can be part time. It could be a contractor, I'm guessing, that's looking for somebody maybe a couple days. They only need somebody for a few days. They go to the network to find that somebody that's open on those available days, and then that kind of matching takes place.
Correct. Ultimately, the Path to Pro network was designed to open the door to job opportunities in this high demand market and empower our existing trades workers to take the next steps in their careers. So, just like you and I might use some other job marketplaces out there if we were looking for a new career, it's the same thing here and what we want them to start doing in their careers.
So with a major initiative like the Path to Pro network, I imagine there's goals that you set internally at the Home Depot. Can you talk a little bit about what you have in mind for the Path to Pro network in terms of goals for the Home Depot?
Yeah, our biggest goal for the Home Depot, to be honest with you, Joe, is really just building the next generation of skilled trades professionals and connecting those people with pros in need of labor. If you've looked at some of the recent Bureau of Labor Statistics reports, there are over 350,000 jobs that are open in this industry today, and that is expected to grow in the next 10 years. And this was not something that happened because of COVID. This was something prior to COVID, and COVID, the pandemic, just made it worse for this industry. And so we're dedicated to help building that out and closing that gap.
You bring up a good point. This really wasn't solely because of COVID. There's been a kind of for a while now, this labor shortage within the skilled trades. But maybe COVID kind of exacerbated that problem as demand soared for some of these, as people invested in their homes during COVID, and that kind of behavior is continuing. Does that even, further enhance the need for something like a Path to Pro network?
It has. And actually, you're right. The demand also was one aspect of it, but also this generation or this industry today, the people that are in it are actually aging out. So they're getting to the age of retirement. And so a lot of these skilled trades professionals, as they retire, there's less and less people who are coming in behind them to fill that gap.
Yeah, that's a great point. So lastly, Jenna, let's talk a little bit about the program and creating a feedback loop between, the Home Depot itself and then the tradespeople in the network and the contractors hiring from that pool of candidates. What are you doing to kind of keep that ongoing conversation and that keeping Home Depot in the loop as well?
Well, Joe, we've just rolled out the Path to Pro network nationwide. We are already seeing some great reaction and engagement from our candidates and pro customers, whether it's the number of candidates joining the marketplace, as well as pro customers who are continuing to build out job postings. We're continuing to work with them to get their feedback through our stores and our field associates. One thing I will say is we definitely listen to our customers here at the Home Depot. And so whenever they tell us something, we're going to be listening to it, but we also use different means like research. We've got different folks who will pick up the phone and call these people just to get their insight. So we're continually evolving this tool that works for them.
Great. Well, I want to take the opportunity to thank Jenna Arca, the Director of Workforce Development at the Home Depot, for joining us on this episode of Total Retail Talks and giving us kind of all the great information regarding the launch of the Path to Pro network at the Home Depot. Thank you, Jenna.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening. For more information on this podcast, please check out our podcast channel page at mytotalretail.com/podcasts for show notes. Total Retail Talks is available on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, and Spotify. Make sure to subscribe on our podcast channel page as well. If you've enjoyed this episode, please take a few moments to rate and review this podcast. Thanks, and until next time, this has been Total Retail Talks.